Hello and welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4. Today we're going to be starting a new game and we are going to be playing as Greece, the Kingdom of Greece. So if you know the pathways, you've seen what I've been doing in my past videos, so the monarchist playthrough, restoring empires, that's kind of the theme that I'm trying to go with for the first few videos. So we're going to be heading down the way to restore the Byzantine Empire. So we need to bring home the Republican exiles, so you have to place the king under house arrest, and then in 20 days that event fires. So for the meantime, we go and click the value of the drachma because it's 35-day focus, so that means we can push for that side of the tree as soon as possible. Okay, so start with some infrastructure because we have debuffs from civilian economy, and then we're going to merge all our guys into one type of division. Shove them on a defensive line outside of Athens, and we're just going to try and let them fill up because they're low on equipment. So we start with a basic research opener, so basic machine tools, construction 1, and electronic mechanical engineering. We have a few dockyards that we need to use at the start of the game, so we'll put them onto submarines and they will overflow into convoys because we will need both of those. The submarines should help us retain control of the Med hopefully in the later part of the game. So yeah, we're going to need some trucks, support equipment too, as well as the artillery and infantry equipment we are currently producing. There we go, so they win the election, which means that we can now continue along to bring home the exiled Republicans, and that was because we put the king under house arrest. Okay, so No, I don't think there's any advice we want just yet, because you get a few more as you realign the monarchists to your side, and also as you bring the fascist Greek party into the fold. Okay, so we're going to start paying off the debts to the IEC, IFC even. That's going to help bring back some of our economy because we do have a big debuff for our debt to the IFC. Okay, we're going to bring this general in for army maneuver. Now he's a lot of political power, but we just want to start that ticking army experience, because as that ticks up, that'll massively help us in the future. Doctrines and the readjusted divisions. Okay, so we want this guy to be improv expert, just so he fights a bit better at all terrains, like we've got a lot of hills, mountains, cities, different places that are going to come up. I think even some forest there with Thessaloniki, so we just need someone who's better at fighting all these. So we train the planes up to level 3, so they will have veterancy, so they won't just start getting massacred out there. It's always quite an important step at the start of the game, especially getting out with early, because then any fuel reserves can continue to build up. We're doing the same with our fleet right now as well, and it's only special forces doctrine we can upgrade there, so we won't do anything with that. So the Navy's out there patrolling, training, making sure they're veterans as well, ready for the early war that we have with Turkey. And here we go. Negotiation with the EEE. These are the fascist party of Greece. So yeah, we want to work with them. And then resurrecting the Megani idea. Now this should actually, if you watch, this should skip the focus. It's normally 140 days. But because we're not going to be relying on the British and French, they likely won't join us. I mean, we are playing on historical, so who knows? But they likely won't join us at the conference. But we'll invite them. We'll invite them all anyway, and Italy is likely to join. There's the invitation. There we go. So we should invite the original servers. So we'll invite everyone. Now, if they did agree, you would end up sharing the land at the end of the war with Turkey between the allies. Like a pre-arranged agreement, so you kind of don't want it to go through. Like obviously, if you go down the democratic side, stick with the Mughali idea, then yeah, you want it to go through because you attract the old borders. But we're looking for something a bit further today, and also bypass the focus and get to keep those 10 days. And we're not going to go straight into the war because I don't think we're ready yet. It's quite a tough war in the early game. but you obviously do need to try and start it, so you've got enough time to use the land at the end of it, but I want to build up a little bit first. Okay, which is the best path here for the industry. Don't think we're going to deal with good relations in the Balkans, so I think we're going to head towards utilise our strengths, which requires us to instead have good relations with major powers, which I'll come to. Use that next focus. Anyone here now? Prince of Terror might be useful later, but not right now. Okay, so we have now flipped into the National Union of Greece, which is the fascist-run Greece. And we'll get Theban warriors, just a bit more defence on core territory. Obviously that will transfer over to when we increase the amount of core territory we have as well to revive the Empire, if we revive the Empire. Okay, and here is an interesting focus. So this will give you a military factory and a civilian factory for each country that has a greater opinion than 80 out of France, the UK, Germany, and Russia is in a civil war right now, so let me just double check which Russia is it that I need. I think it's actually the Provisional Russian Government. Let's double check that. Yeah, so the Provisional Russian Government counts as the official Russia in terms of this focus, so we'll improve our relations. We will actually lose in political power, but should help. Okay, let's check in on these relations. We've got fuse days so these come in, so 88, so yeah, that's above 80. Stop improving the relations there, bank a little bit more of that political power. We'll only tick down by 3 a day. And there we go, we got up to 20 from 12, so that means all 4 of those nations at 5. We've got 1 civilian factory extra and 1 military factory extra, which will come in great use for obviously building up our equipment, our stockpiles, our weaponry for fighting against Turkey shortly. We'll just get a bit more infrastructure, you know, always good, just gives you that little bonus to continuing to build. Up our factories. Looking okay, not too far behind on things, but let's just get the steel in from France and the rubber from British Malaya, so we're not having any debuffs to the amount of production, the amount of equipment we're producing. Okay. There we go, we're going to extract more from our soil. If you look at the bonuses that are focused, just so many resources, more steel, more aluminium, more tungsten, just all of these good resources that you need for a lot of our basic economy, and especially the aluminium is a great companion for the future. It's obviously something that we're trying to get going, maybe not for the Turkey yet, though we might not need them for that. Okay, what's the Mayo upgrade? Soft attack reliability, it's always good. If it was just reliability, I'd probably leave it, but the soft attack bonus is always helpful. There we go. Flame research is coming along. Still only into war though. Okay. It's time. So this is not a war goal focus, this will actually put us straight into war at the end of this focus as it ticks over. Which is quite different to a lot of how the other focuses work. A lot of them give you war goals to begin the war, but this one actually puts you straight at war, so you need to be ready. So we pump out a couple of additional units, shove them in the front, continue to train the guys. And then we're going to make, under the general, we're going to make a few attacking lines here and here, and we're just going to stick maybe 1 unit on each of these islands. No, they're low trained. Let's stick 2 just to be sure that we hold them for a bit. The beauty is Turkey will try and attack these islands and they'll waste a lot of equipment fighting for us. Okay, then we also want to stick, where's one of our lowest trained guys? There he is. Onto Athens and onto Thessaloniki. Now we should have the dominance to hold. Should have the dominance to hold the Aegean. However, we just have to be careful because if they do get supremacy for even a moment, they can launch a naval invasion. And when the crisis happens and all your troops are up there at the north, it's not the worst thing in the world to come back and fight, but if you can avoid it, it's quite handy. Although a few of them landing is never a bad thing because you can try and kick them out. But I think we're too early in the game to be starting with that sort of stuff. We will be using a little bit of strategy potentially if it's the right way for us, but we'll give it a proper try first. Get our air force up. It's not much of an air force, but it should hopefully do something. I don't know how much the air force Turkey starts with, to be fair. And we'll get our naval ones over just to try and secure that control of the Aegean. Okay. Train up our divisions, keep them training. There we go. The last debt repayment is done now to the Italians, which will take away that debuff completely. It does incrementally come down. Okay, we'll stop training. There we go. The focus has ticked over. Here they come to attack. We're going to go straight into reviving the double-headed eagle. Reset. Engines 2. Okay. And there you can see they are pushing, but actually we're holding. We've got this river line here. The tile itself is a hill tile, so we've got a lot of defensive modifiers that will be helping us hold against the Turkish. Okay, as you can see, yeah, it's a contested zone, that middle sea region, so that's why I put those two troops there. Just fearing that we get overrun. So yeah, as you can see, they keep pushing, keep attacking, but just have no use in my province at the moment, so we can just keep holding them. We'll keep holding them, keep reinforcing, and they should hopefully waste a lot of equipment and manpower fighting these battles. You can see they're fighting the islands too. But yeah. So we're going to keep going down our research. What do we want? Yeah, let's get some air. Airtech, yeah. Light MGs, because then we can start producing our own planes hopefully shortly. And we just should have a better design than the current ones we're using, and be able to replace the ones we're using and losing. Okay. So yeah, as you can see, they keep pushing. Their order's getting low, which means they will be losing equipment. They go 67,000 manpower, they've lost far 3,000, so that is good stats for us. We're going to pump out another couple of troops. Run them out, we'll just put them in the forts for now, just hold. We don't need them, you can see we're low on supply at that front line anyway. And we'll... we don't really need non-core manpower yet. Is there something better? Hellenic armed forces. Let's start going down our armed forces doctrine, get some doctrine bonuses. Especially now that we're getting army XP from fighting. And there we go, we've got green naval support now, so that is good. Okay, let's research better guns, because we're probably getting to the point now where we've produced enough. It's okay to change over. You never want to change over when you're in too big a deficit. But how much are we? 500 in deficit, so yeah, plenty of time to be able to change over to that. Just because you don't want to be so low on guns when you do that change. Otherwise your troops will run out of equipment on the front line. Yeah, Navy's still fine. They'll just keep wasting. You can see actually some of their orange bars now are coming down, which shows the manpower and equipment in their divisions. Like those mountaineers, for example, they're getting low in that middle tile. And some of their infantry's getting low. Okay. So now they've pushed us for quite a while. They stopped, so let's see if we can actually push in, take the supply hub to the north, because that would be quite a big win. We're getting a green bubble, which means we should hopefully be winning that battle as far as getting more kills on them than they are with us. And if we can get some good reinforcement ticks and kick them out, we should be able to take that tile and the supply away from their troops in the region. Just keep support attacking with a couple troops, main attacking with a couple others, just so we're not losing so much of our defensive stats. So if they do counter-attack, it shouldn't be too bad. Yeah, I think look, where they're flooding in some more troops into the region, you can actually see the supply is getting low there, and that may be our air as well, bombing a little bit of logistics here and there. Those orange bars are getting low. Obviously once they completely run out of equipment, we should just march straight through them. And the same with the organisation, if they run out of either of those, we will just be able to cut straight through them, but I think they're going to hold just for now. Yeah, the bubble's only on the 50s, 60s. You really want to be hitting 80s, probably high 70s with that first attack, otherwise you're probably not going to break them, because they have too much time to reinforce if they've got troops. Okay. So yeah, we'll just keep on going where we can. Okay. I think it's time to do the strategy I was talking about. It's a little bit cheese, but you send back all your divisions. Oh no, I've sent the guys off the island. Okay. That's not great. It's not the end of the world if we lose them, but can we try and get them and hold them? No. There we go. They've taken those islands. That's not actually the biggest issue. We'll keep one division on each of these ports though, just in case their navy does suddenly resurge, or, you know, for some reason we lose a big naval battle or loads of our navy gets tied up in one. And we'll switch over to the new guns, the new artillery, start producing those, which will just give our stats, just give our troops a better stat on that front line. Yeah, the troops are going to pull back to this defensive position. Now the aim is for them to push into this gap here that you've left, these 3 tiles, where you can hit them from, you know, a lot of different sides as well, and they'll be further away from their supply lines, so we're now dragging them back into low supply, so that should help our troops. Okay. Yeah, new weapons or tricks, just more buffs for getting ahead of time bonuses and other stuff like that. Okay, doesn't look like they're coming straight into the pocket. Now the AR has got better about just charging blindly in, I think, into low supply areas, because they used to do this a lot more. But here we go, we'll hit them from all sides, you know. We'll just get some hits on them. Oh, they're last standing, that is good. Because when they last stand, it means they will just start blowing through manpower and equipment rather than retreating out of the battle. So it just means we're going to be doing more damage to them. Yes, obviously they'll hold the tile for longer, but we're not actually too fussed about taking that tile. Decisions here. Radio propaganda, sure. More support. War bond, anti-democratic raids. Just try and get the stability on war support up as high as possible, because that gives you different bonuses to your industry, your building, and also your general attack power and defense power as well. Also, we're now fighting in core territory, so that is better for us as well, because we have our core defense stat from the other thing, and we might get some more bonuses for core attack and defense. There we go. That doctrine doesn't actually do much for us, because that's more about armoured and tanks, but it leads to more infantry ones, so we'll just keep sending a couple of units, keep hitting them. Central Macedonia's having a bit more of an uprising. Okay, and yeah, you can see, look, they're right in low supply now, so they will be attritioning as well as taking damage, but it just means they won't be able to get as much support to the front line, and won't be able to replenish the equipment as it's dying. Yeah, we'll just keep pinning them in place while we can. There we go, just better soft attack overall. Let's research that. Oh, we are getting into those 70s now, so we might actually just be able to push them back out of this tile. Especially if they're going to last down and waste equipment, let's just try and push them as much as possible. All different angles to open the combat with. keep damaging the divisions. Because they're low supply, they won't reinforce as quick as we will, so it's always worthwhile attacking in this sort of situation, I think. There you go, 4 artillery upgrades, just that increase the firepower, doesn't even mean you have to build anything different, just basic stat upgrades. What should we go for next? There we go. Non-core manpower, a bit more war support and a bit more political power, all of which will just help us out in the long run. There you go, still got our naval dominance, which is great. That's why we're only keeping 1 troop on the port, because we're not too worried about naval invasion, but it should hold should there be one. There you go, getting up into the 80s, so they might actually be pushed back out of the tile. Depends if their reinforcement gets in before that. They do just keep reinforcing, but it's just wasting more manpower and equipment from them. I think it's this tank division here that's probably the one that's holding quite a bit. Ah, there we go. Taking it. Great. And now we've moved back out. They should hopefully move back in to the low supply. And you just got to hope they move into those next few tiles along. No, they're not falling for it. Sometimes they do. What we're going to do is we're going to put some divisions on that front. And maybe that will make it look weaker for them, so they might actually try and attack the tile, and then we can retreat back and out of the tile to draw them in. Doesn't look like they're going for it right away, but let's just try and attack them a little bit. Also, let's try and attack up and round actually. We're attacking that northern tile because it's actually looking a little bit weak. Could mean we cut off quite a nice little chunk of their army. Unyielding defender, let's just make sure our guys are defending better. 10% buff is great. Okay, they are reinforcing that tile heavily. Yeah, I don't know if it's going to break. Now they got the tank in there, so... Okay, it's not looking likely, but they will probably now just flood more troops into the region. So, oh, there we go, they're actually pushing. Are they going into that tile now? There we go, great. And we'll stop him attacking because, yeah, they've actually taken the southern tile too. Now, once they've got the tiles, they will just flood troops in. That's the difference. Because they now see this as land they want to defend, or land they're going to use to get an advantage on us. So this is where the actual strategy of this pullback comes in. So we can try and hit this tile, maybe push them out of there. And on that one encircle, what have we got there? You know, 8 units. 8 or 9 units, and including that tank divisions in there, so that would be quite big. There we go, ticking up into the 80s. Keep pushing. Okay, gonna try and pin with a couple of these troops. Ah, they're last standing. Okay, not with that many divisions actually we're going to attack, because I think we'll just end up pushing them out of that tile. Although maybe we should just go for that, get the quick 3 infantry encircled and see if we can pull them back in again. Okay, yeah, looks like we're just going to get the 3 infantry. That's okay, like I said, we obviously then just pull back to the defensive line and we see if they fall into the trap again. There you go, immediately division moving in against that infantry, we retreat back. He's in, will they take the southern tile as well? Now they've got a couple of divisions in there. Maybe not, but we've got the trap set again. We take the majority of these guys, we only really need 1 division defending each because of the low stats. So, oh there we go, they've actually now moved into that southern tile. There we go, the 80s, pretty good. They're reinforced, come on. Keep trying to push, come on. No, there we go, it's not going to happen. Okay, we'll take this southern tile at least, cut off another 3, so that's 2 divisions now and a horse division. So we're just killing their troops. Also, as we kill them like this, we will take some of their equipment back with us down the mountains, because we're going to be fighting some very hilly and mountainous terrain throughout this, especially as we try and cross the strait. That's always quite a difficult one. I'm going to pull back to the line again. So we're going to walk in. There we go, one infantry guy walking in, ruining the entire Turkish army just by walking into that one province. Gotta love them for it. And then you can see how weak some of those troops are on that front. Like, look at those 5 in the pocket. They average into about 20% equipment in that infantry, and that mountaineer is next to dead. But let's see if we can at least cut them off and stop the manpower getting back as well. No, I think it is that. I think that tank is really causing a lot of issues for us when we try and get these encirclements. I mean, we'll keep trying anyway, because we might get a good reinforcement tick on it, or you might not be able to get into the combat, but yeah, we'll go up to war economy anyway, keep our industry pumping, keep getting more weapons and equipment out. Yeah, the tank is helping them hold, I think, that tile long enough that reinforcements keep sticking in, so why not just go straight around the tank? That's what we're going to try now. Come on. Basically just send almost everything, leave a couple of units just to hold the current tiles that we got. And there we go, see if we can push north. We're pinning that tank as well, see if we can keep that trap down there. That's not a great perk for him. There we go, we've actually pushed straight through. A little bit of force attack really helped us out there. And we're going to tell those guys to immediately start snaking for the river crossing. Hopefully they won't have any troops holding that, because that's always the difficult part when you're invading Turkey, is Greece. Okay, keep a few units to pin them there, get a few units to go on the south, take the port, take the supply hubs. Hopefully that just gives us a bit more support, but also just pin their troops in place. Okay, they do have a unit in Istanbul. 2 units. Okay, so we're going to have to shove them onto the front line. These guys will just keep pinning these units here, make sure they don't get out, and yeah, just kill them and steal their equipment, hopefully. Yeah, let's try and break up these units here. Push in, take the tile, take this port, because that, you'll just see our supply go up massively in that region actually. There you go, they're all red on supply. Port taken. There we go, no supply issues now, which is just great for us. Okay, shove these guys on the front line, because Istanbul is the point that we need to take. Really, those 3 tiles, you have Istanbul as the tile, the other side of the strait, and then Izmir itself is the last little bit of defence they'll hold. Istanbul is the easiest of the few, but it's then you get the strait crossing penalty if they've got units that are holding that tile. And if you have to fight for Istanbul, they normally reinforce into there. So yeah, we'll just keep trying to cross. Let's get some better air tech. Come on, we're pushing them out. Then it's all about that tile. That tile also has an airfield as well, so that would be quite good to getting into Anatolia. Okay, research that. What next? Yeah, research speed. Why not? We don't actually need rubber. We're getting rubber from somewhere. Not 100% sure where, but we're getting rubber from somewhere, so that's good. Maybe there was a synthetic refinery that we took. Or maybe we just started actually producing as many trucks as we needed to. But, you know, win's a win. Okay, just keep, every time troops come out of combat, keep pushing them through. Shift click them, try and push them to the ports on the other side as well, just to make sure that when we get across with full on supply. There we go, we kick them out. Izmir is actually really weak. Oh, they've reinforced. And the issue is they're in good supply there, so it's not going to be the same as the other region where they don't reinforce as quickly. Let's actually put our main fleet with all our heavy ships onto naval invasion support, because it's a one tile next to a coast. They should actually be able to give some sort of naval support bonuses. Just see if we can buff our troops as much as possible, basically, for this attack. Okay, gonna set the front line. Make sure everyone's selected on it. We're gonna get some planning going, so staff office plan. Okay. And here we go, we're gonna try and the attack again. Just let the AI attack when it thinks it's good. Another 3 units out, so let's just get them on that front, because we just want troops now, I think, to cycle in. Because we just want to cycle attack this mountain tile. It's such a tough tile to take. Like, if you make it across the strait, it's all about this one, and a lot of the time you'll clean through it because the troops you've kicked out of the strait will have fallen back into this tile, so they'll already be weak, but it looks like they were bringing troops to the strait to defend. So they were fresh troops on the front. But yeah, just can't even break their entrenchment at the moment, so we might have to try another cheeky little fallback and bait them in to try and just encircle a few of them. Especially it's getting to 1940. Keep telling these guys to push through, see if we can break this. We did hit that 80 number, but they are just last standing whenever we get too close. I think we actually already have someone in the high command with those stats. We don't need that yet. Might as well wait and see if he improves. Atlantic Navy, just some extra dockyards for free, it's always good. Yeah, no, they just keep last standing whenever we get close. Just to wonder, can we get the organisation ticks to happen at once, but they are quite staggered looking at this. So every time that wall ticks down, we kick a unit out of the top province, but then it's just the fact they're going to reinforce. Maybe if we get our air up and over. Air up and over, shore bombardment, all of these different things trying to attack with. But I just don't think we can do it. Yeah, look, you can see them there, the buffs. Come on. 80s, high 80s, here we go. Could this be the point? The ROG is actually getting low in these units. Okay, what do we go for? Yeah, exporting more luxury commodities, sure. Just continue down the industry path. Come on, we're hitting those high 80s to 90%. We are so close. Let's give a force attack, just see if we can properly kick them out. 92. 94. 95 we hit there, and then it comes straight back down. Because they just got that next troop in. There we go though, all their reinforcing ticks could be happening at once here. This might be the little breakthrough we needed. No, they've lost standard. And just flooded divisions in. There's about 8 divisions now in that tile. Yep, great. Okay. This clearly isn't working, even with all the buffs that we've got. So yeah, we might need to fall back. Okay, there we go. We've done the fallback strategy, so you can see we've let them back into Istanbul. And the trick we're trying is similar to the last one. We just try and cut off a few units that push into the tiles unnecessarily. We then try and take Istanbul and just cross straight over while there's no troops holding that strait or Izmit, which is the real issue. Come on. We gotta keep bringing in another troop, but the org is getting low. Surely we can take it. Okay, we're going to pull back, hope they push in a little bit further. Come on. And rejuvenate Athens, yeah. Now there are other ones you can wait till you take more islands and stuff, but I think just getting the industry now is better. And I don't actually think, I think it just gives you more naval dockyards actually, the one where you have to wait on getting Cyprus and stuff. Okay, this level is quite exposed. Here we go. Take half of all these guys, we're going to send them right up and round. And we're just going to push them to Istanbul, and then we're going to use the other troops to hopefully hold. There we go, we got it. Can we push straight through? Straight past Izmit, that is all that matters really. You know, just going to shift click and push for these supply depots on the other side. Now I'm going to take the remaining divisions, try and pin them in a little bit. There we go, crushed them completely out. The last stand again on Izmit, come on. Surely this time. There's only 3 of them, we're going to force attack, we're just going to send everything we got against them. Okay, try and crush these remaining troops. There we go, we're taking the Tar, which is huge. And yeah, we've got them on the retreat now, in different directions. Here we go, we've broken properly in. Okay, let's draw the front line, get all our troops on that line. And then yeah, we're just going to push. And then we're going to try and let the guys go around, take the forts, take the supply hubs, give us more supply, stop them having supply. And in the airports as well, just keep their planes out of the skies. We're going to send guys hopefully up and round them, just to try and cut off their troops. There we go. This is how we've got to push in now. Take these tiles, come on. Okay, so they're holding Samos. That's fine, that was all good. We'll take Izmir, we'll just encircle them there. And we've got naval dominance there, so they just won't be getting any supply for those troops once we take that, which is great. And then yeah, just keep snaking around, taking these supply hubs away from them, and just getting in behind a few of their troops, because each division we cut off here is another division we don't have facing their front line. As you can see, where we did all those little encirclement traps earlier, they can't cover the front line, so we should, I think, looking at it, we probably outnumber them, but we just want to make sure that we're outnumbering them by that much more. Let's see if we can cut off a few against this coast. Okay. They're a little bit weak on Samos, probably not ready yet, but if they attack us one more time, we'll go for it. We're going to push around, take the port. You push down. Oh no, here's the guy from Samos, he's attacking again. You can see his equipment's weak, so the second his attack fails, we're going to push straight back in at him. There you go. Up into the 80s. He should go. Keep encircling, cutting off these little troops, making sure they don't crop up anywhere else and be annoying. And we'll just send one guy to support that attack on Samos just to get it done quicker. I think the guy would beat it on its own, but might as well make sure. Make democratic raise, just keep improving our stability. Industrial. None of them. Manpower's low, but we're about to core a lot of land, so I don't think we actually need to go up on that just yet. There we go. Take our trade limit down for free trade, because that was harming our resources, and now we're all good for resources again. And you know what, because they're so weak on the line, I'm just going to shift click my way through. So what's going to happen here is anyone that fights troops will get resistance, and it will kind of create some natural pockets for us. And then this is only something to do when they're so weak. Obviously don't do this when your enemy's strong, because they'll just cut around you and encircle you, all these little tendons you're making. But yeah, we're just going to use the few troops that are lagging behind to mop up, clean up these encirclements, and just make sure their troops don't get back out, secure any victory points, all the things that are basically going to cause us to win this battle. But yeah, heavy machine guns, defense turrets, radio navigation. We don't need bomb sites because it's not got any cast capabilities. So we'll make sure it's got Maya on it, great, and actually we'll go back in. change the picture something a little bit prettier, and we will auto upgrade. And there we go, we're going to start producing that as we get new factories. So we've got one lit right now. But yeah, here you go, we can see we're just snaking in. We're going to get this peace deal shortly. So yeah. Hope you guys are enjoying the videos as well. Like, if you are, leave a like, comment, subscribe. Let me know some of the fun challenges you've done, some of the difficult nations you played. This, to me, I think Greece has to be one of the hardest starts. Just because, well, Greece is okay, but Greece, when you're trying to do this and reform the Byzantine Empire, you've just got to attack so many nations, so many different alliances. So I think it's a really tough game. And there we go, we click the button, and we are the Byzantine Empire. So here we go, we've done it. And obviously we're going to continue on, but there's the event, Rise of the Byzantines. We call all this land, so we now just get a ton of factories. Our manpower, you can see up there, 700,000 men in the field. So yeah, it's going pretty well. Yeah. We'd be looking for Yugoslavia probably next as our next opponent. Maybe Bulgaria too, actually. But yeah, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Bye.